Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Jess if you're new here, and I share a lot here on this channel, but lately I've been sharing a lot about our budget, and specifically that just recently we switched from mostly debit spending back to mostly cash spending. Ignore my nails. I know they're chipped like crazy. I did just have one of my old coworkers send me some Color Street nails, so maybe in the next video I'll have some good nails on, but just ignore that. Usually I don't paint my nails at all, so they're lucky they even have any color on them. Anyway, we're gonna get right into this today. We're gonna be going over my second paycheck for the month of September. So you can see that we already kind of have the first half of the month crossed out. All these things have happened. Some of these say NA, which means just they didn't happen. I don't know why I put NA, but they didn't happen for a couple reasons. First thing is that one of our FSA accounts had to have some changes made to it, so it's actually on a 14-day hold. So we have $400 from our FSA that was supposed to come out that has not, and it will not come out until next month. So we are down $400 from our budget in the last paycheck. So that kind of feeds into this paycheck because that would have been leftover money. And then we are also not paying on my Fed loan this month because of that. There are a couple other things that haven't come into the account as well that we're anticipating in the next couple days, like my FSA should come into the account, but it hasn't yet. We're just gonna move on. The things that we're paying for with this paycheck start on the 18th, but I include this FSA here. That hasn't come in yet, but the paycheck has. So I went ahead and filled out our budget. So we've got a couple weeks worth of groceries. We have some of our regular scheduled bills that come out, and then we do have a softball tournament that we're going to in another state, so that will be a decent expense compared to what we usually do like on the weekends, which is like sit around the house. So that's our monthly spread. All right, so the next thing we're gonna look at here is my budget for this paycheck. So if you don't know, we're a family of 5 and we have 2 incomes, full-time incomes, I guess. And in the beginning of the month, in the first paycheck budget, we have Russell's entire salary and then half of my salary. And then halfway through the month, we have just the other half of my salary. And then I always include our rollover in here and also FSA. I budgeted lower on FSA than normal because I'm not exactly sure. This is like the time period where sometimes there's like a lag. Either we've paid everything we can pay into our FSA and there's a half of a month where we don't have any money go in. I don't know, I budgeted lower just because I'm not sure what that's gonna look like this month. Okay, we'll move on. So I did get paid $1,580, and that was my actual pay. And then I'm planning on at least $200 in FSA coming in, and then the rollover in our bank account was $366. So that's basically the leftover from last paycheck. Next thing we're gonna go into our fixed expenses. So we've got Nelnet, which is Russell student loans. That payment is $450. We don't actually have to make that payment, but we're kind of taking advantage of the zero interest, accruing. So we're trying to pay off as much as we can right now. And then we do have a dog food payment that's supposed to come out this month. I don't know if we're actually gonna need it, so we might cancel it, but I put it in there just in case. And then daycare, $400 for the next 2 weeks. And then Netflix, water, I already know what these exact totals are, so $87.36 for water. And Evergy is our electricity, so that's $167.41. That will continue to go down as it starts to get cooler. And then gas is gonna continue to go up, but it was $33.75. So variable spending, we already got all of our personal money, so we're not putting any in our envelopes. $400 for groceries, because we have 2 weeks worth of groceries, and I'd rather have more money for groceries than not have enough. Fun, I put $50 in that category. Gas, $150, because if you didn't notice last month, if you watched that video, if you didn't notice last paycheck, we went way over on gas, and I haven't quite figured out our gas situation yet. And then cash flow is $200. This is because we are traveling in Oklahoma. This is just like kind of just in case. We will be traveling, of course, so we might have to stop and get something. I'm planning on like packing our food, but you never know. And then down here, we've got our sinking funds. We've already done all of our sinking funds. We do that in our first paycheck because it's a lot bigger. So we're not contributing anything there. So that means we have $126 left And that would be like $126 left in our bank account because I didn't account for a cushion here. And this is gonna go to extra debt, but it's gonna sit in there for now just to make sure, like before everything comes out. I'm not gonna put it towards that yet. I did go through, these are our sinking funds envelopes and we didn't use any of them. And then our Christmas and our medical, those are online sinking funds. We didn't use any of that money. Actually, we might have used, we have an online savings account for the kids as well. We did use money out of that, but it doesn't have to do with this cash envelope. All of these envelopes though are empty now, besides the personal one. I track this as spent, so we're not gonna have anything to do with this because I don't track this for you guys. Like the individual things I buy, I just say that the $100 was spent. So I'm gonna put this one to the side. So we have our cash flow, our gas, our groceries, and then I missed one that fell into this other pile, I think. Whoop, fun. So these are our other cash envelopes and they're all empty now because I did have some money left over in these three categories. What I am doing with this money, instead of rolling it over like I thought I might, is I'm gonna take this money, it's 50, 70, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, $85 from these three that I'm going to put back in the bank account so that we have a bigger cushion. So it'll be closer to 200, which is what I like our cushion to be. So I want to point out that this is way smaller than what we planned. I thought that we were going to have close to a $600 or $800 debt snowball this month. The first thing is that we didn't get that $400 of FSA. And then we also had a Kidopia charge come out on accident that I messed up and I didn't cancel it. So that was almost $70 that came out. And then we had a $95 fee for dance that I guess I knew it was gonna happen. I just didn't think to put it in the budget. I put the dance amount, like the monthly amount in the budget, but I didn't put the family fee in there and I messed that up. We can look here, we went over in our gas category. We clearly went over on a couple other things that were like our fitness category. There was a couple things we bought there and you know, I honestly didn't think we were that off until I looked at it and I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I calculated wrong last month and I overpaid on our debt snowball and then it kind of like trickled into this month or last paycheck. But either way, we've got our stuff covered of what we need to have covered. I did go ahead and make the cash flow budget higher and the gas budget higher just to make sure we don't go over budget there because we are traveling to Oklahoma. So I just want to make sure we have enough money in those categories, but hopefully we'll have some left over and hopefully we won't go over on our groceries, or sorry, hopefully we won't even use all of our grocery money, so then that all can be included in our extra debt, which it's gonna be extra debt or cushion, depending on what happened. From here, I need to get the cash for my cash envelopes. Now the gas, this is what I use debit card for this, so this doesn't actually count as an actual cash envelope. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm not getting anything for any of the sinking funds, so I don't need to write any of those down. I'm not doing anything for personal, so I really just need to put groceries, 400, fun is 50, gas is 150, and then cash flow, what did I just say? Oh, goodness gracious. You guys. I love that you stick around because I always make a mistake. Cash flow is 200, and that's it. So I should have 400, 500, 600, 650 total. And for groceries, we're gonna go ahead and get 2 100s. So that's 200, and then 250, 300, 350, 400. So that we're getting 2 $100 bills and 4 $50 bills. For fun, I like to have 2 20s, which is 40 plus a 10. And then for cash flow, we're gonna do, usually I get this in 20s. So we're gonna do 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200. Just because I never know what I'm gonna spend that on. And now we're gonna total the bills. So we've got 0 ones, 0 fives, one $10 bill, 10, 11, 12 $20 bills, 4 $50 bills, and 2 $100 bills. So we got 0 there, 0 there, $10 here. 20 times 12 is how much? It'd be 200, 220, 240. I can do math in my head. And then 50 times 4 is 200. And then 100 times 2 is 200. So that should be 200, 400. Yep. 500, 600, 640, 650. Perfect. So now what I do for the teller is I'm not getting any ones, any fives. I'm getting 1 10. I basically just kind of copy this over. 1 10, 12 20s, 4 50s, and 2 100s. So we've got a 0 total there, 0, 10, 240, 200, 200 should be 650. So now I'm gonna cut this out and I'm gonna take it to the bank and then I'll be back to stuff my, to stuff my cash envelopes. I'm also gonna be taking this money and I'm just going to put this directly in the bank. I know I could use this to stuff my cash envelopes, but for my brain and the way it works, it's just easier to deposit this and then to get that cash out how I want it. It's just what makes sense to me. All right, guys, I'm back with my cash, so I'm just gonna take this out here. All right, the teller did not give me my teller slip back, but I've got my cash and I'm getting ready to stuff these. All right, so these are the envelopes I'm gonna be stuffing, and gas, this comes directly out of the checking account. This does not actually have cash, and I'm budgeting 150, so I'm just gonna put 150 right here. And today's date. And that one is done. So then we've got personal. I'm not contributing to this because I've already contributed to it for the entire month, so that's not getting anything right now. We have groceries. This is getting 400. So I've got 100, 200. Wow, that 100 is messed up. 250, 300, 350, 400. So I will put today's date, and 400 is the starting balance. It'll all go right in here. Then we've got fun. This is getting 50, so 20, 40, 50. So just update this one. $50 in there. Cash flow is getting the rest of our money, so it should be $200 here. 20, 40, 60, 81. 20, 40, 60, 80, 200. Get this in here. 200. And all of our envelopes are stuffed. I have my sinking funds. I'll get ready to put these away. These did not get anything because I got all of their money at the beginning of the month. That's gonna be it for this video. If you liked it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. I upload on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, and I'll see you in the next one.